Avengers, assemble. Avengers, assemble. Avengers, assemble यार.
Okay.
क्या?
यार टीम से उठा दिया यार इसने तो.
बैठो.
ठीक है ना? All right.
Good morning.
Guess who's back with another episode? There's nobody. हम ही हैं. हम ही ये करते हैं.
So Endgame, guys, where's the hype? Where's the hype of Endgame?
You tell me. That's the hype. She should have come back.
The woman lineup. Oh my God, that lineup, guys.
Yeah,
My-
can
I
we
was
talk
sitting-
about yeah?
I was sitting at the edge of my seat. That whole fight sequence, and like, नहीं हो रहा.
It's okay. Take
Ta
time.
ta 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 ta.
Don't worry, you're not alone.
Ta 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 ta.
Yes, you're not alone.
Ta 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 ta.
Honestly, not following the script.
Speaking of support, Endgame has a lot of support. There are so many like films to support this. It's almost a decade long. I mean, those of you who have been in this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, right from Iron Man 1 to Endgame, you realize that there are so many. They had a whole
22 movies in total, my
yeah,
brother.
they had so much opportunity to reference their older movies, and it's so beautiful. Like right from the whole basic Captain America saying, I can do this all day when he's fighting against himself, that was classic. Then the whole I am Iron Man, and I mean that's one scene that got everyone.
The whole
It
theater
was
just lost.
Like
it.
literally, there was this one dude when we were watching it. There was this one dude who screamed, "What the?" And
Yeah.
The whole theater was quiet. There was not one noise. Tony Stark just says, "I am Iron Man." And he screams, and
One sec,
everyone's just like,
excuse me, hello. You need to mention something very important. Spoiler!
अरे नहीं वो
that's
disclaimer डाल
always at the
देंगे.
beginning of the video, so it doesn't. That'll be in our title.
Yeah, but still.
It's okay. You stepped into this, your problem. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, there are so many good references. The cheeseburger reference, for instance, when Happy asked Tony's daughter, I forgot her name, what was her name?
Morgan.
Morgan.
Maguna.
Okay.
Maguna.
Maguna. Okay. Maguna, Morgan, whatever, Morgan. And she says cheeseburger, she wants a cheeseburger, and that's a very classic reference to Iron Man 1 when they rescue him from the 10 rings. And the first thing he asks for out of the two things is he wants Pepper to call a press conference, and the second one is he wants an American cheeseburger. I mean,
I don't have to do anything. I've been in captivity for 3 months. There are two things I want to do. I want an American cheeseburger.
that was one. Then obviously there had to be a Stanley cameo, and rest in peace Stanley, you legend. You've made so many childhoods. That was, and I genuinely didn't know how they would pull that off, but
तू
I
थोड़ा
mean,
out of frame है.
luckily enough. Oh, thank you for pulling me in. This is
No,
the support I was
but,
talking
mean,
about.
Everybody knew that Stanley would have his cameo because before he died, they made sure, Marvel made sure that all his cameos
Yeah.
till Far From Home were still there.
Yeah. And then there was, you guys wouldn't have even noticed the whole, there was Joe Russo, I think. Joe Russo was in the film. Joe Russo was in the film in that, the moment they cut from the 5 years later and he's sitting in that support group. That's Joe Russo talking about his, I mean, the brother crying or whatever, that part. Then, I mean, there were tons of Easter eggs that you might have failed to notice. I mean, when Tony travels back in time, meets his father, and we see Jarvis. We see the real, alive Jarvis. And that is a very good reference to the Peggy Carter show in 2015-2016, Agent Carter. Agent Carter had Jarvis. That same guy played Jarvis in the show. They made sure he was in here.
By the way, there's one more Easter egg a lot of people did not notice. Do you remember when Howard Stark was shouting, Zola, are you there?
Oh,
Do you
yes.
remember
Oh,
that?
yes.
Arnhem Zola.
Arnhem Zola,
They're
yeah.
referring to the professor
When he
who created the weapons for Red Skull.
Yeah.
And he's basically said to be the one who's put his brain into an electronic machine,
Yeah.
and he's lived on since that time.
We've
He's
seen
the
him in,
reason.
I think, The Winter Soldier. Winter
Yes.
Soldier, when Natasha and Cap
now
go
I
to the
remember. Okay,
basement and they see that little short midget baldy evil scientist. Yeah. Then there was that whole elevator scene where the future Cap had to smartly get out of that whole situation.
Oh, yes.
And that was one thing that got a lot of people riled up when it was released. It was the talk of the town that, was Cap Hydra all along?
Hail
and he
Hydra.
smartly uses that because this version of Cap knows that they're Hydra, so he just says Hail Hydra and gets out conveniently, and it's beautiful. Like there was that whole post the first Avengers film in the actual movie where Loki says, "Can I have that drink now?" and they just cut to them going back to Asgard. This movie fills in on that, and you can actually realize that this could have been what happened. And one very important, there was obviously, since this film completes the whole, phase 1 to 4, the movie ends with no post-credit scene, and so there's no point of there's no point of actually waiting through the credits. Thank you. There's no point of actually waiting through the credits, but towards the end, right after all the credits are done, you hear this metal clanking sound. And the metal clanking sound, if you really followed the MCU, you will remember that sound from Iron Man 1, where it all started off, where Tony built his suit in the cave. This is the sound that's there. He's hammering his suit into shape
This is
for
what
the first time.
started
Man, that's a callback after like 22 movies.
Yeah, and it's important because this one thing signifies that everything from Iron Man 1 to Endgame has ended. It's a loop that is finished itself. It's a complete loop now, and there's nowhere this can branch out anymore. Like, the movies from here on out are their own shit.
Except there's one thing. If you've read the movies, the movie titles are coming for Phase 4. There's something very exciting.
Yeah, but they're their own thing now. That they will
Dark
not.
Avengers.
Yeah, that's all.
I
That's
am
gonna be
waiting
there.
for those movies.
And
You've got the Dark Avengers coming, dude.
that'll be
There's a
the
high
whole new
possibility.
phase 5 of movie is gonna be mad. Another thing, there's a lot of people that a lot of my friends that have watched Endgame were wondering who the boy is who's standing at the funeral.
Oh.
That mysterious boy right after, they cut from Guardians and Bucky, and then
Ekdam
before they get to
akele khada hai,
Akele
wahan
khada
pe.
hai. Anyone remember that kid from Iron Man 3 whose garage Tony crashed in?
Surprise, surprise!
It's that kid. They made it a point to put him in there. He's very significant to the plot. Later on, I guess he becomes the next Iron Man or something. But he was there at the funeral. They didn't forget about that tiny of a detail. So, for me, the Easter eggs were all of the movie. For me, I've been like, this. There's so much to notice. And you just feel happy at the end of it that, all of this was worth it.
Amol, as much as, the relevance, the amount of Easter eggs that are there, one of the best parts about Endgame is the amount of references they've made to all the old comics and Marvel TV shows. One of the most prominent ones for people who've seen the Iron Man series would be Pepper's Rescue Armor.
Oh.
My God. And it is made to the exact detail of how it is even in the TV series. In the Iron Man Armored Adventures.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
That is where she originally gets the rescue armor.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And she does a brilliant job in wearing that suit, and my goodness.
Amazing.
Talking about women coming to save men's asses.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Right from the start.
And the thing
from the
is,
start.
from like the beginning, like the first movie ever, which was, I'm supposed to say
Iron Man, yeah.
it's not, what I like about Marvel is it's not very out there, unless it's like a separate movie like Captain Marvel, but it's not out there that, women are doing, like the women characters are doing so much. Like, I remember I was reading something, and I realized Pepper Potts is one of the main reasons Iron Man is Iron Man today.
Yeah.
Like, she just kept pushing him, and it all...
Behind every successful man.
There is a
Yes.
woman. That holds
What
really
a
true
myth.
in all of the Marvel movies across this span.
They're very subtle about the female cast, like the female characters in the movie, and you don't realize it until everybody assembles in the last fight scene.
Ooh,
Oh
that
my god, that
moment.
one frame, it lasted for like 5 seconds and it's still ingrained like in my mind.
Yeah, it is brilliant. I mean, just Captain Marvel shows up.
You got something for me?
Yeah, the Spider-Man just like, hi, I'm Peter Parker. And it's like, you got something for me? And then this
And oh my god, the game of hot potato they play with the gauntlet.
Best part is when Black Panther comes, okay, and he's like, Clint, give it to me. Brilliant.
I mean, yeah, and they've not tried hard to put out a point like, oh, feminism. They've made it very subtle. I mean, this.
We're just there to save the day. That's
Yeah,
it.
Spider-Man just asked this very subtle question, and how do you think you're gonna get through all of that? And then they just you just hear the voice like, don't worry, she's not alone, and just everyone lines up, and you just feel that
My
rush
heart-
in
You
you.
remember?
My heart, sorry,
this
1
scene,
minute.
This
My
scene-
heart
Don't interrupt.
imploded because it could not explode. Like, oh my god.
I swear.
I loved that scene. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
This
no,
scene, if you remember, they've made not an exact replica, but a sort of similar scene. It's like from Infinity War when they were on the battlefield in Wakanda.
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember when
Oh, yeah.
Wanda comes in,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the blue, and then
Scarlett
my
Johansson
God.
is fighting
Yeah,
that
and she's the one
witchy-
taking charge in that.
Yeah.
But sadly,
But this time it was
Rest
far
in
more
peace.
out there. It's like,
Scarlett Johansson.
oh,
Oh yeah.
Scarlett Johansson, poor thing.
But see, women make sacrifices. Women make a lot of sacrifices.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah,
without-
The
sure.
sacrifice of going.
Okay, bye. You better be kidding.
At least
You
we
better
get a-
know.
Are we getting a
takes
soul
is-
stone in
अभी इसको
exchange for
क्या
you?
करेंगे?
Are we getting a soul stone?
नहीं यार वो बहुत नहीं औकात नहीं है इतनी
ठीक है.
है but it's you're not worth it.
Speaking of worthy, Captain America! Captain America! I mean, you literally opened with that.
My
God.
You said.
I mean,
I become very nostalgic.
oh,
When I speak about-
This is
why?
your time?
I mean,
This time.
It's Thor's hammer, man.
Come on, man.
Firstly, Mjolnir is
Talking
back.
about Thor, the only character I could relate to the whole movie was Thor.
Why would that
Me.
be? Are
Cutting
you,
the
Are you king?
like
God.
physical similarities.
Okay. Are you good with hammers?
What?
Are you good with hammers?
Yeah, I can hammer her ass off.
Ooh, okay. okay. I'm out of here.
But yes, and it's a lot of like that scene when they're fighting Loki and there's a shot like all the Avengers like standing and there's a shot like उसकी सबकी शक्लें दिखाते हैं. Takes me back to 7th grade. Censor. like so school वाले दिखाने लेके गए थे और मतलब I don't remember the movie ऐसा. I remember all the experiences of throwing popcorn and
Okay.
all. Making plays and
Okay,
shouting names.
Popcorn, Avengers, okay. A lot of
No,
similarities.
this connection.
But like
It's
ऐसा
यादें
Joining
बचपन की यादें
हाँ, and but like ऐसा Thor के साथ बहुत खिलवाड़ किया उन्होंने ये मूवी में ऐसा unexpected खिलवाड़ like he's
they
usually
made
the
it so funny.
the macho god ऐसा manly dude like Infinity War had that where Chris Pratt was jealous of him. He was like, I mean, I have muscles and this time you just like Thor.
अरे वो सबका करियर खत्म कर रहे थे ना तो जैसे आयरन मैन का खत्म किया कि वो मर गया. कैप्टन अमेरिका खत्म किया कि उसको लगा कि मैं मजे करूं. वो ऐसे किया.
बुड्ढा बना दिया.
फिर उसके बाद स्कारलेट उसके बाद नहीं. और उसके बाद फिर वो उसने रिटायरमेंट ले लिया. वो हो गया. तो अभी बचा क्या
became
थॉर.
extremely
थॉर का शुरुआत में आई एम डन.
I'm done. तुम कर लो जो उखाड़ना है.
But I love his two sidekicks.
The
The stone dude. I have no idea. what his
Meek
name
and
is. हाँ.
Meek and something.
I love Meek.
Korg.
What a cutie. Meek is such a cutie.
Welcome. You can log into the Wi-Fi,
Yeah, log
of
into
course,
the-
no password.
No password. But yeah, I mean, you get to see this whole side of Thor that's never been seen.
But-
He's a little teenager. Has been. I mean,
Guys,
He's like a
one
cranky
sec.
man child.
Yeah.
We
Thank
haven't
you, man,
discussed
sir.
the main thing. One of the most important factors. Guys, the whole MVP of Endgame is that rat.
Rat.
The whole reason Endgame happened.
You mean
whole
Rocket?
No, the
The
rat.
rat, which rat?
Guys, van ke andar.
Oh, that rat!
The whole reason.
Oh yeah,
Endgame.
the guy. I mean, a rat was responsible for Ant-Man to be in the movie. I mean, can you believe the
Yeah,
odds of that?
ऐसे कंट्रोल पे चला,
I mean, that-
मशीन चालू.
मुझे याद क्यों नहीं हो रहा?
अरे वो वैन मतलब
The van when the
van
rat
के
is just
अंदर
crawling.
machine rat
जहाँ
छुआ जाता है.
जहाँ वो लेस्ली चाव आता है ना, वो सिक्योरिटी गार्ड बना रहता है
That-
उसके
that.
जस्ट पहले.
ओके मुझे नहीं आता.
हाँ मतलब ठीक है वो. हाँ.
Okay.
कोई नहीं.
But another main thing, guys, Hulk.
Oh, Professor
oh my
Hulk.
God.
He
That's another
dabs
comic
so
reference.
awkwardly, like
You got the best
Okay, he
of
dabs.
both worlds.
He dabs, but after like listen to your mom.
yeah, listen to your mom, like.
It's like Salman Khan after Big Boss, like after like,
ऐसे social message देता है.
Social message, yeah.
do whatever you want to do, don't.
Do what you love.
I mean, overall, this movie has been seriously.
You got it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Are you done?
हाँ, I'm done.
Are you done?
अरे
Are you done?
इरशाद
Ah, okay. So overall, this movie is basically the best. I mean, it's been worth it. That's all I can say from my end. At least I've been like, okay, this movie didn't leave me like, अरे ये इतना देखने का क्या फायदा? Everything has been touched upon in its own sweet time, and I am looking forward to a director's cut because obviously they've left out a lot. I mean, this movie itself was like a 3-hour long masterpiece.
Imagine if it was like,
But
they
dude,
covered
I still
everything,
have to
put
tell
like
you.
to the point, 4-5
Yeah.
घंटे तक.
I think
I would still watch it.
till now, one of the best battle scenes in any movie, hands down, dude. I mean, have
It
you
was
ever
one of the best
gotten?
superhero movies, hands
Yeah,
down.
but bro, like इतना goosebump कभी हुआ नहीं है मेरी जिंदगी में. मतलब
Game of Thrones.
like
super.
Battle of Winterfell.
मैंने अभी तक देखा नहीं. मैंने अभी तक देखा नहीं.
yeah, no, but dude, I mean, understand this. It's all your favorite superheroes all come together, especially Doctor Strange. Okay,
And they come back.
he
Oh
like
my god.
zoom, zoom, zoom,
It
and
just
then
keeps opening
in
portals
Bombay,
after portals.
in
after-
Bombay,
Oh
in Bombay.
my god.
Everyone's in it. Everyone's equally in it. I mean, there's no one who's left out. No one's overshadowed. No one's undershadowed. It's perfect. It's
Equality.
So जैसे वो पोर्टल खोले वो बाथरूम में
Equality.
नहा रहा होता है. मतलब ऐसे वो पोर्टल खोल रहा है और जल्दबाजी में कि यार बहुत सारे लोग हैं पोर्टल खोले वो गलती से खोले कोई नहा रहा होगा.
Only you can come up with this.
oh sorry.
बंदा will be like, हाँ मैं डस्ट था पहले थोड़ा नहा लूँ ऐसे डस्ट वस्ट
toothbrush
निकाल
फेंक
दे.
के
नहीं
मारेगा.
वैसे वो निकलता है ना ऐसे जैसे वो तौली में वो सारी ऐसे सब लोग खड़े होते हैं आए हाय सब लोग ऐसे लड़ाई रुक गई कि वैसे भेजो.
कैप पास अपना हैमर खींच रहा है, ये टूथब्रश फेंक रहा है. Thanos needs to brush.
But dude, Captain America, the way he fought with the hammer, dude, it's like a part of him. Like it's like he knew all the
Yeah.
moves and everything.
Because
He
he
was
is
using it like a
worthy.
baseball bat.
Yeah, the way they've integrated the whole shield and hammer usage is wow. I mean,
remember that part
in Civil War.
Shield se maar ke niche
I mean, in Civil War, Spider-Man says that thing does not obey the laws of physics. Here you don't even question that. You're like, oh, okay, hammer shield को लग के यहाँ जा रहा है तो जा रहा है. मतलब वो Cap ने फेंका हो गया. And like then Cap picks up the Stormbreaker. That's how is he picking up everything that Thor owns? I mean,
Because he is
Thor.
as worthy.
No, one sec. Stormbreaker doesn't have the spell for what Mjolnir has. Odin put the spell on Mjolnir. Stormbreaker, anybody can hold. See, remember Thanos held Stormbreaker and he was going to kill Thanos with it.
True,
and
true.
That's when it happened. Dude, but you forgot one reference they made there.
Which
Do you
one?
remember? Thor goes, I knew he could do it. When he
This is Age of Ultron.
Oh my
Age of Ultron
God.
scene where they're all
This
sitting
was
around and
bad.
Thor is like, yeah,
That's
sure,
the
give it a
whole
try.
fight scene, right?
Yeah, and Cap at that time there's this very subtle close-up of the Mjolnir and it just slightly budges, and then Cap's like, nah, I can't do this.
And Thor's face just falls.
Thor's just like,
He's just like,
okay, I'm intimidated. That's.
But that's the thing. Endgame was the accumulation of all Marvel movies, bits by bits. See, the thing is, in all these years, none of us ever understood what all these mini parts meant. But Endgame brought out everything together and completed the circle. It is now
Closure.
Exactly. Like, it's not. People got out of Endgame, but they weren't sad that the movies ended. They were sad more for different reasons, right? Of course, movies ended for some people was a pretty sad thing, but nobody's like, okay.
That goes over
Yes,
here.
they're not like heartbroken, dude. We can still live. Arey baap
Yeah.
re baap.
Amal, please show them what you're doing. ऐसा सस्ता gauntlet कौन बनाता है?
I'm making my gauntlet. I'm collecting my stones. I don't have a red
Sorry, the
stone.
rest,
Red उधर
rest
है,
you have
by
to
the
get from
way.
the stationery store.
नहीं नहीं रेड है वैसे मार्कर लेके आओ चाहिए देखो
With 2 will this
इससे
work?
दो
नहीं।
ही गायब होंगे.
तो 2 बार करूंगा तो 4 गायब हो
Anyway,
जाएंगे ना.
guys,
नहीं लेकिन फिर तू गायब हो जाएगा करके फिर कैसे बजाएगा?
guys, on that note, I would say that Endgame is something we all need to watch. And guys,
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
It is.
It's
not-
Yeah,
the-
I'm agreeing.
Oh, sorry.
guys, we all agree. It's the end of Gurira. It's the end.
Yeah, I don't want it to end यार. What? No. नहीं. दो स्टोन से नहीं होगा.
I'll make everybody disappear.
Okay.
खाना क्या?
खा.
Let's go.
चल.
Eggshell shield.